Circles always small, keep a certain few. Only ever us, just the perfect crew. People ask for.
What's up, guys? This is a bit of a different video setting, to say so. Usually I'm on a camera and stuff, but now I'm using this webcam in order to do a reaction video, which makes it way easier for me. So I hope you guys don't mind this setup. As I said, I will be doing a reaction video to Geography Now, Bosnia and Herzegovina. It has a lot of views, 1.6 million views. A lot of people asked me to react to this or actually confirm this, etc. So that's what we're going to do today. But let's see what he says and if it's true or not.
You thought Belgium was confusing? Brother, please, if you want complication mathematics, come to Bosnia and Herzegovina.
It's time to learn geography.
Geography, yes!
Hey everybody, I'm your
What a
host,
cool
Paul
song.
Barbato. If you're ever on a game show
AKA
and there's a
Barbie.
$1 million question, chances are this country will be on that $1 million question. So pay attention, you might win some money. Bosnia and Herzegovina have what seems like a very simple flag, but there's a lot hidden underneath it. First of all,
Okay, before we're just going to continue this is actually well made, to be honest. I don't know if this channel is like big or something, but
blue
it's quite
field
good.
with a yellow triangle and 7 full stars and 2 half stars at the top and bottom of the hypotenuse of the triangle. The triangle represents the 3 constituent peoples of Bosnia and Herzegovina,
Yes,
the
this is
Bosnians,
true.
Serbs, and Croats. It also respectively represents the map of Bosnia, which kind of looks like a triangle. The stars represent Europe and are meant to go on forever, hence the half stars at the bottom and the top. Some say the
Correct.
flag was even partially adapted from the European Union flag.
Yes, it was adapted from the European flag because the stars represent our future goal to enter the European Union. I think it's bullshit that we actually should unite all the Balkan countries again, but hence the history, that's probably not going to happen. But he's correct. Some say, but it's true.
The colors white and blue and yellow are traditionally seen as colors representing peace. Now let's find out how
That's
peaceful
true.
this country is.
It's representing peace, but bad side of it, if you combine those colors, yellow and blue, you should get green, I guess. And that's what I heard. And a lot of nationalistic parties from Serbs and Croats actually hate it because the green stands for Muslims and Muslim flag. But whatever, he's doing quite good.
You would think that Bosnia and Herzegovina is landlocked, but if you look very close, you'll notice they have the smallest
City
little
of
panhandle
No.
that touches the Adriatic Sea for only about 25 kilometers or about 15 miles.
I want to stop it right here because on a lot of Facebook pages and memes, there has been a picture, like a meme. Croatia be like, bosses be like, we want to go to the beach, and Croatia's like, no, but we do have 25 kilometers of beach and coast. So actually, those memes are all wrong, and the people who actually think that's right did not do their research, which represents like all the dumb fucking people that actually can use a keyboard.
When you hear the name Bosnia and Herzegovina, you would think it kind of sounds like 2 separate nationalistic entities, kind of like the UK or the United Arab Emirates, but that's not really the case. So first of all, what exactly is Bosnia and what exactly is Herzegovina? Well, in the shortest, simplest way I can put it, they're just regions. Although the borders are vague and not clear,
They're just regions, and that's exactly the way he should like pronounce. I would use the same words. Only thing is, there are no borders for those regions, so nobody knows what Bosnia and what Herzegovina exactly is. But usually, people say that the southern part of Bosnia is Herzegovina, and the northern part is Bosnia.
clearly defined, Bosnia is generally located in this area, and
exactly.
Herzegovina is generally located in the south in this area. Culturally, the people of Bosnia are the same as the people in Herzegovina, except there are more ethnic Croats living in the south by Herzegovina, especially on the
This is kind of a bad thing. He calls them Croats, Serbs, etc. But actually, most of those people are born in Bosnia. Like the newer generations are actually born in Bosnia. So on paper, you would be a Bosnian. But because of their beliefs, so a Bosnian, well, let's say they're Catholic, people call them Croats. They're linking nationality with religion, which is really wrong. And he does it in his clip as well because he probably did his research on the internet and just uses the terms that have been said. But it's the same like if I would have a kid and he would be born here in the Netherlands, on paper he would be Dutch. But because he's a Muslim, we would call him Bosnian instead of a Dutch Muslim. Does it make sense? I don't think so. Why would he change his nationality because he believes in a different religion than is accepted generally in that country. That doesn't change your nationality. And that's kind of the problem that I have with all of this information. And I don't blame him for it because he probably did his research and that's what he found out. That's what people usually also say, which is actually wrong, in my opinion.
Bosnia and Herzegovina is divided into the Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina and the Republika Srpska. I know, it looks like it's pronounced Srpska. It's pronounced Srpska. Triple diphthongs are an amazing linguistic phenomena. Most of the ethnic Serbs live in the Republika Srpska, and each side has its own capital. Sarajevo for the Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
And this is where it goes wrong, because, again, the first generation people who actually moved from Serbia and were born Serbians and moved to Bosnia during the Yugoslav period, you can call them Serbians because they were born Serbian. That's their that's their nationality. But their second generation, their kids, are born in Bosnia. He can have Serbian parents, but you'll still be a Bosnian on paper because you're born in the country of Bosnia. Your nationality will be Bosnian. And when you're an Orthodox, you would be an Orthodox Bosnian. But here, in Bosnia, they say you're a Serb. And just like with the Croats, I don't agree with this, the names of these things.
Do have a little small sense of humor, though. They made an ironic I-car canned beef monument dedicated to the longest airlift raid attempt in history for nearly 3 years, in which humanitarian airlifts from all over Europe, and especially in the UK, would drop off food supplies that were often expired leftovers from previous wars that nobody wanted to eat. Many times the food contained pork that many of the Muslims in the country had to abstain from eating, so it was useless to them. It was literally the world's most sarcastic monument ever. Now,
yes, that's true. Only thing is, if you look in like the Islam in general, it states that if there is nothing else to eat and you are dying or starving from hunger, etc., that it will be forgiven for you to eat pork because, well, you'd rather eat something than die, I guess. So that's kind of a tricky thing, and it is true, and it still happens till this day in Syria, etc. Food that's expired because it doesn't get checked for some reason. I don't know why.
Now, if you thought Bosnia and Herzegovina was pretty quirky with their land borders, then you'll notice that the actual land has a lot more tricks and gimmicks. Yep. Things get a little interesting. Yes, the country does have a lot of potential arable land, but the problem is, due to its war past, the country still has about 200,000 landmines that they have to clear from the ground.
And as I explained in one of my videos, due to floodings, all the maps that they had from the mines are worthless because most mines shifted from location. So that's kind of a big deal.
But I mean, hey, that's only like a third of the amount from Albania, remember? Woohoo! Slightly less danger! Then, in the Republika Srpska, you can find the last jungle or primeval forest in southern Europe. The Peru Chica forest, which is only accessible to explore in the company of rangers. The world's tallest Norwegian spruce tree can be found here, and many captivating waterfalls and ancient trees that take you back years in the past.
This is true, and I mentioned this in my video as well, 10 things you didn't know about Bosnia. So this is one of the things that I really, really like, and I would love to explore that, but it's so dense that you can't, that's the problem, but I would love to, because who knows what kind of animals live there, who knows what kind of history has been saved there. It's just such an unexplored area, and yeah, I'm interested in it.
Now here's the funny thing. Many people in Bosnia around Sarajevo will tell you that they're pretty certain that the country has the world's largest man-made ancient pyramid.
Made a video about this as well, so if you check out my channel, I have the Bosnian pyramid. And this actually is a pyramid. It has been confirmed, but it's getting denied by other people because of the books and studies and everything they've done becoming worthless compared to this new phenomenon, to say so.
Located near the town of Visoko, the hills in the region seem to have an almost perfect geometric shape that creepishly resembles a pyramid with almost equal sides and angles. Modern archaeologists are skeptical, but if you look at the pictures from above, I mean, it does kind of look like a pyramid. I don't know, you be the judge. Also, thanks to its mountainous terrain, Bosnia and Herzegovina was selected and hosted the 1984 Winter Olympics in Sarajevo. However, since then, the entire area, including the bobsledding trail, is all but completely abandoned. And
it's not completely true because, well, the bobsled area has been abandoned, but the mountains, the ski lifts, the ski hills have been restored, and tourism is growing. And as a matter of fact, this year I'm going to ski there, and I'm going to a ski resort. And there's a lot of Austrians, Swiss people coming there. So the skiing part has been restored, and tourism is actually pretty good, rising to say so, on all those spots, but it's not too busy. So if you actually want to go skiing, there you go.
There's a rule with Bosnia and Herzegovina. You always have to constantly think in threes. Never refer to everybody in the country as just Bosnian.
Yes, that's a problem. That's actually the thing that I want to say. And that I can do, actually. You can basically say that all the new generations who have been born in Bosnia are Bosnian. So I disagree with this, and that this is the whole problem in the country. So he's addressing the problem, which is correct.
However, they will fiercely tell you that the languages are separate and distinct languages: Croatian, Serbian, and Bosnian.
They're not. They're not. The people who tell you this are just dumb fucks, because it's all the same shit. It's all the same shit. It all once was Yugoslavia. So, as people say, so he's not saying that it is true. He's just referring to what generally is accepted and spoken about by people.
Here's where things get really confusing. Bosnia and Herzegovina has a bicameral legislature that includes a 3-member presidency, one for each of the people groups: the Serbs, the Croatians, and the Bosnians.
Which would never be a problem if actually people stopped recognizing the people born in Bosnia with a different religion as a different nationality, which still happens. Problem fixed. If the people who actually made up the Dayton, agreement, say so, would have been smarter to put this into the fundamentals of the whole agreement, then this whole problem would have been eliminated.
Without getting into too much detail, essentially in the 90s, the country was in a straight-up war internally, and it was basically against all 3 people groups. After the war ended and the Dayton Agreement was...
It's not really internally, because the Yugoslav army, which is actually mostly was located in Serbia, because entered the Bosnian borders to go to war, but the Serbians living in Bosnia are also in, so we're also going to war. So it's internally the people who during the Yugoslav period were moved from Croatia, Serbia, etc. to Bosnia started to fight with each other. So it was an internal war with, of course, their parties backing them up from their country. So the Croats from Croatia come in to help the Croats who moved from Croatia to Bosnia. So it's not really only internal, it was internal and external fighting.
Look, we all hate each other, and we still do, but things have gotten a little too crazy, so let's just agree to stop all the chaos and hate each other in a distant yet constructive way so that our country can still make money and not get ridiculed by everyone else outside.
Problem is, we get ridiculed because people still hate each other and we're not making money. So that's the whole thing. And it would not have been a problem if we had one president, and nationalities and religion would have been separated as well in the Dayton Agreement, as in general on the world.
Depends on who you ask in the country. Of course, the Croats will tell you Croatia, the Bosnians will most likely say Turkey, and the Serbs will say Serbia. In a weird way.
And that's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. Turkey never did a single fucking thing for the Bosnians during the war. They say it now and blah, blah, blah. They send it goods, but that's what all the other countries were doing. So I don't see the connection, except for history, for us to be that related to Turkey. And I don't think it's a good thing. Russia was a partner of Yugoslavia. Well, actually the Soviet Union, but with the Soviet Union, most part being Russian, biggest part country or biggest part being Russia. Is actually Russia. So after the war, Tito broke up with Stalin for good reasons, and I think they were not the worst. But I would actually, the Serbians actually telling that they're more related to Russia is actually a good thing, because of the Cyrillic, is actually a true thing because of the Cyrillic writing, and of course the fact that Russian paramilitarists were actually fighting in Bosnia. So that's true. But the connection with Turkey and Bosnians is minimum, or actually none, referring to the war. And Croatia and Croatians is also true, because Croatians from Croatia were actually coming into the country to help the Croats.
Though, the division of peoples kind of inadvertently increases the diplomatic relations that the country as a whole has access to. For example, Bosnians may not like the Russians, but the Serbs...
But this is not true. I, as a Bosnian, actually like the Russians. And I like Russia as well, the country. That's why I also have videos about Russia. Russia is really an underdog in the world, and they get a lot of shit for no reason, to be honest. And looking at the entire world situation and what kind of leaders currently have the power, I think that Putin is the only one that is keeping Russia currently on their legs. If they would have any other leader, it would be shit. I don't know if he's the best leader. A lot of Russians will probably think he's not, but for this time, I think it is. And of course, after his period of ruling, you will have another president. But for these unstable times, he is the only one who's just straight to the point with all the things he does. Compared to like Trump, who just changes his mind every second, or like other countries who just don't do shit at all.
Opposed to this. They only kind of reluctantly agreed to be under Bosnian and Herzegovinian sovereignty just by a few strands of hair. And they've even threatened that if Kosovo gains complete independence, they will have no problem annexing themselves back to Serbia, which would make Serbia look like this.
Yeah, exactly. And the fun fact about this is that I know a lot of Serbians. The Serbians from Serbia hate the Serbians in the Republic of Serbia in Bosnia. Why? That's because the most nationalistic Serbs are actually living in the Republika Srpska in Bosnia, and they don't like that and their behavior and the way they think. They're just saying, yeah, you're Bosnian, like what the fuck are you doing in Serbia? And the Serbs in Republika Srpska say, no, we're part of Serbia. So the people they're referring to that they want to be part of actually don't like them. Annexing themselves back is not going to work, because Serbia maybe would on a political level do that just because of the land, but not because of the people. So they are actually not welcome in the home country that they're calling it. So it's kind of weird, and yeah, this would look like shit. Plus, I think that basically the entire country, like the Bosnian and Croatian part, would not allow this to happen. I think they would rather like go to war again and just destroy the last bits that are left. Because to be honest, the last years of the war, Croatia and Bosnia were actually gaining so much territory so quickly that the Republic of Srpska would never have existed if the Dayton Agreement didn't come. So this is really a debatable point what would happen here. But I can say for 80% certainty that people will go to war again in order not to lose this part of ground that belongs to Bosnia and Herzegovina. That was the video. I hope you guys actually like this video, me reviewing his review. To be honest, he was on point with a lot of things, but actually all of the things, but those things that are generally used, the terms that have been stated by the Dayton Agreement do not make sense. And I try to explain to you guys why they don't make sense in my opinion. Of course, you can discuss that in the comment section. If you disagree with me, that's fine, but that's my way of thinking, and I think that it's a logical way, to be honest, compared to other countries where everything functions one way, but in our country it has to function another way and be correct again. So it doesn't make any sense for me. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, leave a like down below. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see the upcoming videos, and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out, because otherwise you're not going to know when I upload the new video. See you guys in the next video. Ciao!